everyone, and welcome back to Factorio. I am SeiferKatt, and today, look, if all goes well today, we're going to go into space twice. So that's really the big plans I've got today. Also, I did some math to figure out the best way to get rocket fuel, and it turns out I was totally wrong. It is actually not better to make rocket fuel in space, because you can't do productivity. So we're gonna get the solid rocket fuel in here. Solid rocket fuel. Ah. So that'll probably fill up this rocket to some degree. Other things that we are lacking today, we are also lacking oil, which is a little troubling, but not too troubling. It's less troubling than it could be. That's enigmatic. And I'd like to say that's who I am as a person. No, I wouldn't, but that's okay too. So what we do need to do is grab some pipes and some gears. It's not really how I usually like to grab gears, but that'll do the job. But this is exactly how I like to grab pipes. Now we've got some pump jacks that are ready to go. And we can just start getting those pump jacks made. Now, of course, we will need a new train. Not a new train, sorry, a new train station. So let's make sure we got that all sorted as well. And we have enough track, could be also a problem. This is what I like to call forward planning. You may have never seen this before, because I don't usually do it. But today, I think we're going to do a little special thing today and actually plan before we race off and forget everything. And before I forget to go grab literally anything I need. Okay, no, we're doing well. I'm surprising even myself today. Not as hard as it sounds. Probably fine for those. Probably fine for combiners. Yeah. We actually have a combiner here, or do we just never actually do that? We never actually did that. That's fine. It's not really that big a deal. We can do that later. So we got pumps, we got train tracks, we got trains. Okay, awesome. Now, the original reason we got all this cleared out is so we could actually use it. Pipes, we might be a little short on pipes, so let's grab just a little bit more. And do we have regular pumps? Pump jacks, good. Regular pumps, we're going to need them. So the plan is we're going to get these pipes over to some train station that we'll build, and go from there. Now, I don't know if we're going to do 2 train stations or 1. It would probably be better to do 2. Do we have tanks? We got 22 of them. That's not a problem. We can all agree on that. So what we could do here is we could even do just the offshoot one. First off, we've got a bunch of swampy land. Don't like that. Get out of here, swampy land. Okay. Just gonna do it very nice and slowly for some reason. Don't really have a reason for that, but there we go. And we will make it so that it's coming up that way. It could also come in from... Yeah. Those rocks are throwing it off, I think. Maybe also the signals. Yeah. Maybe that is too close. Maybe it's just unhappy in life. We've all been there once or twice, I suppose. Okay, and then likewise, when it leaves, it can go one of 2 ways. It can go either down there, easy, or it can keep going back up, which is fine too. And let's just put some signaling down just to keep everything nice and cool. Fine. That's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. And one more here. So now that we've got that, we want to have the ability to put 2 carriages on that train, on that bad boy, as they are commonly known. Trains are often known as bad boys, if you were unaware of this. That's sort of been tradition ever since, like, the trains were first created. A little bit of historical fact for you there. Didn't think you were getting paid, paying for historical facts, but there you go. Trains have always been known as bad boys. Ever since they stopped being so damn good boys. Trains are the natural enemy of dogs, because dogs are all good boys, trains all bad boys. Alright, so anyway, that's awkward and weird. Describe me in a few words, I suppose. Okay, we still need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, really? So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, we actually do have the resources for this. I think. I hope. We'll see. And unfortunately, we're going to have to do this in the very time-honored tradition of just chuck pipes down and hope that it all works. It's a classic maneuver. But this should fix a lot of my oil problems that we're about to have. Speaking of oil problems, welcome to nuclear power. Oh, not nuclear power, sorry. What's the opposite of nuclear power? That's right, explosives. Got 'em. Capacity bonus, I don't think we really need that right now. Yep. That's looking pretty good. And then we'll have a pipe taking us out of this oil field. If we can clean up some of these just to improve efficiency of the base. Because the base generally likes having underground pipes just because it means there's less computations required. And I mean, every little bit helps, I suppose. I think it's how it works anyway. At that point, we can probably start stretching these wires out. Right. And then also something like that. Good. Hey Bacon, how are you doing? Hope the day is going well for you. Alright, so we're going to build a decider, because I do not want trains coming here infinitely when there's no actual oil to pick up. And you know what, we don't even need a decider. We just need to have a... Yeah, we don't need a decider for this. We just need to be like that, and enable if crude is greater than 50,000? Yeah. We only need it to activate if we've got enough crude oil. That makes logical sense. You're good? Excellent. Glad to hear it. Okay. Oh, that's quite alright. Look, I appreciate you coming by just even to say hello. That's very nice of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Wow, that oil field is decent. That's a chunky oil field, as they always say in the old country. Okay. And so this should fix our oil woes for some time, hopefully. But if it doesn't, we've always got more oil prepared. Okay, cool. Now this becomes a crude oil pickup, or is it just called oil pick? Just called oil pick 2. And what I'd like to do is probably go to oil, the original oil pick 2. Actually, you know what? Might be a good idea. Put another tank in here. And so if they're at 50,000, no, I do want to connect that one up as well. Because that means it's 50,000 between two. So that means it doesn't just waste time while it's waiting for 50,000 of oil coming in. Could have gone with a small number, yes, but this will do the job. Okay. So we've got to put a limit, well, sorry, a stop condition on the other train station. Because at the time it was the only one of these we had. Then we need to do some productivity with my oil so we can make, what is it called? Rocket fuel a little bit better, a little bit more efficiently. Then we might be good to go back into space. See, that bad boy ain't doing nothing for us. It's a very bad boy. Okay, enable, disable crude, greater than 50k. And then we're gonna send that one to an oil. Not at 50k yet. Well, who knows? We don't have radar there. Dang. That's something I probably should have considered. We have radar here? We do. That's okay. It'll sort itself out. That one should be filling up pretty quickly. I mean, it should be full by the time. Yeah, well, I guess we need to get a radar over there as well, because that has not gone to plan. Now, good news is we built a lot of radars because we needed them for the satellites. We probably never need that many radars, but we take them anyway. I still love that the flying animation, they couldn't stop the legs moving. It's the best part, or even like the little piff of the ground, like the foot hitting the ground. It's just so good. Oh, okay, well in the meantime, it turns out it's got sorted out. Okay, that's good. I think I'm pretty happy with that. With the only exception that it doesn't look like this side is actually connected to anything. So that's going to slow down my oil production. Everything else is green. Good. And we're getting about 300-400 a second of oil. Okay, and that should mean my plastics get made a little bit better. Good. What we will find very soon is that the train will not be coming quite as often because it'll fill up its own tanks, and then we'll probably be fine for a while. Because this still needs to make... Yeah, I mean, that's still got plenty of oil in it. These ones... These tanks are also got quite a bit inside them to go. Yeah. So these tanks kind of mesh, I suppose. Probably couldn't go wrong with another pump, actually. Just to keep things moving just a little bit. Keep them moving, keep them grooving. I don't have any steel. I literally have no steel plates, so there's no moving or grooving today. The Groovinator has stopped and may never start again. No, I'm kidding. We'll make a new Groovinator. Isn't a Groovinator? Like, I don't know what a Groovinator is, and quite frankly, I don't want to know. But what this is doing is sucking that oil out of here and putting it into these, which is good, because that just means more petroleum products are made. And more petroleum being made is also only good because that means the tanks also are filling up. Good. Happy with that. So next thing we want to do is we want to see how we can do for productivity modules. And they are here. And we'll grab these and we'll grab these and we'll grab a stack of those. And we're going to grab some of these 2s. I don't usually grab 2s. We're going to grab them. Because I would like to speed up the production of my solid rocket fuel. Which is up here. Now these don't need to exist anymore, we know that. These don't really make sense anymore either. They used to, but not anymore. Because all this is coming from light oil coming from yeah, it comes from the rest of the base, so that's okay. What we want to do is increase those productions because they don't get a lot. But that's good. But what we also want to do is do the same thing. Oh, actually, let's just take a pit stop over by the copper refinery just to drop off a hecking ton load of modules. All my modules are immediately gone. Oh no, there's one left. Never mind. Probably gone now though. Yeah, it is. And that'll slow everything down, but that's okay. One thing I need to worry about is power. I hadn't considered that. Okay, so we're going to get power sorted after this. Because otherwise, right now I'm using my massive steam batteries that the intent of those was for the coronal mass ejection, but we're long past that now. And quite frankly, we need to be... We do still want those engines full, those tanks full rather. And we need to make sure that we are not overstaying our power requirements. So, heat-wise, let's just check this real quick. Heat. We can produce an extra... decent amount actually. An extra 140 megawatts of power using heat exchangers. Okay. That's good. 140 heat exchangers, that is 14 of these. Oh my goodness, that's going to need a lot of copper. And some steel. Good news is, we've got a line of copper that we've been improving. 140 copper is a lot though. Which I don't think I'd really accounted for that by the time I started picking those up. Hey Mighty Panda, thanks for joining the stream. It's good having you here. Alright, so that's 8. I wanted 14, so 14 minus 8 is 6. We still need 600 copper plates. Yikes. The good news is that's quite doable. Then of course, that's all good, but if you're not building the... Oh, actually, I don't need turbines. I built turbines already. Oh yeah, that base is always under attack. I look forward to that base not needing copper anymore. Or not having copper anymore, because then I never need to care about it ever again. That's not the future we're in, though, currently. Okay, so where do I know my turbines are built around here, and I always lose them. There they are. So if we have 14 of those, we need twice that of steam exchangers, or steam turbines, so that's 28. And we're going to need some heat pipes as well, because that's just tradition. That's how traditions work, right? You only take them because you need them, not because... actually, one more thing we need to check before we start my sojourn down here. So the heat is fine. Electricity, they're only doing 413. Wait, 413. How are they doing 413 with... Okay, you know what? I'm not going to question it. Questioning is leads to a dark place. I know that. Never ask questions. That's my advice. Now the other question is, these do have enough water. One water pipe will do 1200, and one of these requires, I haven't thought about this in a while, 103. So basically, if we have 10 to a line, we should be okay. Really wish this wasn't here. I really wish we'd built this when we in a place where we had more room, but we didn't. So, you know, shoulda, woulda, coulda. So that's 8. So if we do 2 more, and then get this just in a better place, which isn't super possible given where I've placed everything. Okay. Hopefully these heat up properly. The ones up front, of course, will heat up the fastest. That is normal expectations. Pump. Nope, wrong sort of pump. These sort of pumps. And probably... right there would be good. Cool. So that should be generating steam when it feels like it. A bit lazy right now, but you get that. Might actually get rid of these. Okay, well. That was on me. We do really need to consider what we're going to do with this power later, because this isn't very scalable where it is. We could build into the water. That would be incredibly scalable. But then we'd be building in the water, which might also be very stupid. Now, out of curiosity, oops. Nope. Here we go. You gotta remember the right keyboard combination. That's gonna make 1,000 units of steam, which is cool. I like 1,000 units of steam. So we do 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I lost count because I kind of expected a tile properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. Right. And these are not designed in such a way to be able to use them. Wonderful. Because it would be better if they staggered a little bit. So say, like what I had down here, in fact. And they make a horrible sound down there. Not much I can do about it though. Now, of course, there's some hope that... oops, there they go. These should start making some steam. Yes, that one's going now. Great. This is encouraging. So hopefully that's fixed my power problems. We will know for sure it's fixed my power problems if we check here and see if they're still fluctuating massively. But it looks like that's not the case. Producing like another 100 megawatts of power, which... good. Now, I still want to do 4 more of these, which I shall do in a haphazard manner, as is the tradition. Okay. And of course we're going to need water for those as well. But I'm not too worried about water. Water's easy. Water grows on trees. Or rather, trees grow on water. Oh, that could have been clever if I'd thought about that ahead of time. Unfortunately, I didn't, and instead I just got very excited by my own joke. Dang. So this might be the last of these power plants that we do before we make something a little bit more scalable. Oops. But that gives us 592 megawatts. Might be still increasing, I'm not totally sure. Does look like it's still increasing, but slowly. Can't say for sure, actually. Might not be. I mean, if we could always put another reactor in there and that'll fix it. Just throw another reactor in. I can't imagine how that's going to go wrong. And you know what? I'm actually going to do that. I know it sounds really ridiculous, but that's what I'm going to do. Just so that way I can trust it. The only way you can truly trust nuclear power is by throwing another reactor in. Because nuclear reactors work very well with having friends. This is both a joke and actually true when I think about it. Because they have friendship bonuses. It's not called a friendship bonus, it's called a neighbor bonus. But of course, as we all know from the hit Australian soap, neighbors become good friends. Anyway, I may hate myself a little bit after that one. So, 500 copper. Pretty sure neighbors was Australian. Not really sure. I don't really think about Australian soaps very often. Absolutely, you got to have friendship bonuses. You're quite right, David. I'm gonna go with David. I hope that's okay. Usually they say friendship is magic, but I say friendship is extra uranium power. It's an interesting subset of people that say friendship is magic. And I'm no longer there anymore, so it's fine. We all have our dark parts of our lives. Alright, so. Now we'll build a reactor while flying, and we'll get that sorted. And that friendship bonus will make sure everything just heats up just a little bit nicer. Because I don't think uranium is something we actually have a problem with. I think we have plenty of uranium. Oh yeah, I landed, that kind of broke it. Which is the classic 221 reactor. It's very common. You may have seen them by just watching any sort of mega base, because reactors work best when they're not all adjacent. Just some of them are adjacent. And this is actually how it represents a friendship circle. This is more like actual how reactors work with friends, because they're not all friends with each other. Like no one really likes this guy, but everyone else likes this guy, you know, and it's just that's how friends work. So remember, when you're designing nuclear reactors, and this is a very common thing that people don't think about very often, when you're designing nuclear reactors, you actually need to consider like a real life friendship. You know, you got to consider like how some people are not friends with other people, how some people are only friends with them because there's a cute girl there and they all just kind of hanging on. There's a lot of things you got to consider about with nuclear power and friendships, and you'll see that it all works together. Like sometimes everyone wants to bang one nuclear reactor, you know. Sometimes someone's shy about a nuclear reactor. It's all pretty common stuff. I don't need to explain it. Proceeds to explain. This probably needs to be faster than what it's doing at the moment. Oh no, it is getting through it actually, because it goes through 0.058, and these make... Yeah, so it is going through them half as much. Glad you joined in when you did. Look, you needed to understand about how nuclear reactors and friendship circles are the same thing, even down to sexual understanding of nuclear reactors. That's why they call them breeders. I am so sorry. Gotta stop doing that. If anyone actually hates me doing that bit, please let me know and I will actually attempt to stop it. Because speaking directly into the microphone that closely has got to be uncomfortable, especially when I'm making some dodgy joke. I like the idea that someone just comes in and I just do like one of those dodgy jokes directly into the microphone, uncomfortably close. And they're just like, I don't want to be here. And it's like, I understand. I don't want to be here either anymore. Okay, let's get some more pulverizers, which have no relation to anything that I've been talking about previously. Like, literally nothing. Alright. Welcome to the stream if you're new here, by the way. I promise you, it's not usually this, but it is today. Now we do need to probably protect these power grids just a little bit better than they currently are being protected. Alright, so the plan here is we need more glass. And I kind of like this setup. It seems to work, and I'm gonna do it again. Well, bloody do it again, ain't I? And you know it's always good when you throw in like a terrible Cockney accent. Like, everything's better with a terrible Cockney accent. I don't even know if it's Cockney. I'm not a British. I don't understand accents. That's looking bad. They're looking real mad in there. Really mad. But it's okay. Now what we could do with is probably like more of these, just to make sure the sand is a little bit more stable. Because you always want stability in your sand production. Pretty obvious stuff again, isn't it? Okay. So that's going to make a lot more glass, which is very much needed. It doesn't look like it's needed, but I assure you it probably is. Okay, and plastic is coming through. That's lovely. Petroleum is a bit shockingly bad right now. But not from lack of trying. Like, it's really doing its best. But I remember what we did have, and I was very excited about this at the time, is we got this. I don't know if that's going to fit there. Maybe it does. Yeah. So what we can do is... No, that's a bad idea. Too many speed modules. We'll go grab some more modules, and then we'll see what we can do to make petroleum production just a little bit faster. Okay, there they are. And we can probably get rid of those. Might as well beef those up. Beef those up. And hell, beef those up while you're at it. And power should be... These steam tanks are hopefully growing. I could connect them all up with Nixie tubes and see a huge number. It's not the worst plan in the world. Okay. So the plan here is we want to increase productivity, but we don't have any productivity. So maybe we should have considered that before getting all the way over here. But for what it's worth, speed that up. That's pretty good. Energy consumption is down a little bit. That's nice. And we just throw some productivity modules in each one. Just one for now. It doesn't need more than that. It does probably need more than that, but I don't have more than that. And it increases power consumption a little bit, but that's fine. That's a little bit faster, a little bit more power, but it will turn out okay. Meanwhile, this one, like I suspected, it's not using as much oil as it used to. That's what we were hoping for. That's pumping that oil out. Okay, so power is sorted, oil is sorted, plastic is working on it. I think the only thing we need to do now is just maybe do one last sweep of that copper base, and then I think we go into space again. Yeah. Maybe we'll do a quick fly around just to clean out some aliens that are around here, just to keep it a bit tidier. Should be alright. Well, these guys are just being dangerous. Okay, thankfully my bots repair things as we cause damage to our own walls, technically. Yeah, they don't really like us being here, do they? I think these ones are attacking down. These ones are probably attacking down as well. It's just anything on this side is probably a bit more of an issue. Okay, there's 665,000 copper left, so that's not going to run out anytime soon. Oh gosh. Thankfully, flamethrowers do a good job. We'll just wipe out a couple of these bases real quick, just to keep things a little bit easier for them while I'm gone in space. I'm not going to be gone too long though. The next launch is probably going to be one that takes a little bit longer though, because the next launch I'm actually planning to go to a new planet and start colonizing there. Right now I'm just trying to make a little bit of time just while more scaffolding and low density structure gets put in. Actually, one more thing I do want to think about is I do want to get better solar panels made, and I don't think they're going to the rocket at this stage. So, what's your problem, dude? What's your problem? I mean, I asked him, he didn't respond, so, you know, that's on him. I did ask him. You heard me asking him. Okay, so power is almost out of my suit. We're just basically going through one battery's worth of biters, I think. Usually does the job pretty well. And that way, hopefully, it'll... Oops, that's a mistake. Okay, we're okay. Got a little too close to them there. Oh dear. And again. We are almost out of battery packs. Or batteries on my packs. I think we've got this last little base, and then I think we're done for now. Actually, no, this one's probably closer. Oh, like they're literally on the walls. Yeah, that one's a bit closer. That one's just attacking a rock. They do that. Biters get really anxious when they're getting shot from above. I don't know what's up with that. But that's anxiety for you. I can't really explain it, but I know it's real. Okay. So we'll just put a few more walls out there just because it just kind of jerks about the whole situation. I mean, very soon the space won't even be required. That's the important thing. Okay, so let's get my construction bots back, and then let's look into space. If that base falls, it's not really a big deal. We can rebuild it. Probably even better. Theoretically, we could probably put a wall there and a wall up there somewhere, and it would be safe, but quite frankly, I don't need the space, and I don't care. How are we going with backlog of resources? Perfectly fine. Power is going well. Copper is being picked up. Iron is being picked up. Coal is being used. Look, this is a good time. This is where we want to be. And rock fuel is being created. One more thing that I'd like to do, and this is going to be kind of a weird one, but I figured out what I was doing wrong with my deciders. First off, how are we going with this? Still plenty of space in here. Neat. How much rocket fuel do we have in here? 400. We went for like 1,000? I recall that we're going for like 1,000. I don't remember. Damn. This actually sounds like a bit, but it does actually lead perfectly into what I was going to do, so... I was trying to do this last time and I kind of broke it. Or rather, I thought I broke it. Maybe I did it right, I don't know. But we're going to do it right this time. So link to that. Now these don't link to that or that, and it links to this and this. And then the condition is everything, no, everything that is below 0, I want you to tell us about it. And I've still done it wrong, because it's not. It's yeah, each thing that's under 0, I want to output. Right, so that means what it's not showing us is what's in space currently. And that's fine. And what it also shows us is we are down 1,000 green science. That's probably wrong. We should have, like, a lot of green science available. Maybe it's coming in by train. Oh. Meteors were shot at. I just saw that. A little bit scary. You don't want to take green science? Oh. Because it's looking at blue. Okay. Everything else is looking, that should be 0 as well. And that the zeros are going to be very important in just a moment, and you'll see why. Because we are going to use the same space station for different purposes in a moment. Okay, so that's got to take 12,000 green science. That's a decent chunk of science, but that's okay. We've got a delivery cannon chest. That's probably good. I think we're more or less ready to go. What we do need to do is empty out my trash. Because otherwise, I've done this before, it'll just take the trash. It's very enthusiastic about taking the trash when I get up there. Because I programmed it to be enthusiastic about taking out the trash. And while that's sometimes good, it's not when you kind of don't want to take out the trash. So, coal, just a couple of units of iron, a couple of units of copper. We've really got to deal with all this uranium that's in here at some point, because it's not filling up, but we do have 4,000 uranium. That's a decent chunk of uranium. We could probably turn off pollution again. It makes me feel like I'm a bad person. I'm not a bad person. I just love putting uranium everywhere, like pollution everywhere. How are we feeling? Are we feeling good? I think we're feeling pretty good. Okay, one more thing I want to do is I want to send up solar panels. And maybe accumulators? Maybe. Good news is that's actually able to be put on the sushi bus of a belt. Maybe I should move that up. I can move that up here, for instance. Or okay. Okay, interesting problem. Okay, the problem just got more interesting. Not really more interesting, actually just more stupid. Okay, and then this isn't actually connected to anything anymore. Wonderful. That did just let in a lot of plastic that we didn't really need, but look, like I've always said, you can never have too much plastic. Okay, and with that stunning logic, we're going to... It's down. You can never have too much of anything. Yeah, but I was more talking about the seas in particular. You know, I was more going for like a environmental disaster situation. Which you absolutely, of course, can have too much plastic. When you start making islands of plastic, you may have overdone it. That's my thinking. Okay. Nice. Solar panels. That's alright. I'm not sure the context was entirely clear anyway, so it's fine. I'm not going to judge you on that. Or anything, to be honest. I mean, anything you've said so far. I mean, it's like you can say to someone, I'm never going to judge you, and they just come out with the most racist, hateful thing. You're like, you know what? Turns out I can judge you. I'm not saying you are, of course. I'm just saying, like, there's just those, oh, no, no, no. Anything you say is fine. And then they're just like, oh, cool. Like, no, you know what? No. They say something about pineapple pizza, and most people get up in arms about it. And that's a fight. No, it's a great pizza. I told you, that's a fight right there. Okay, so now solar panels will come in. Well, they won't actually because I haven't set them up that way. We can set them up to be that way and on that one. I think solar panels come in on that one. How many do we want of these? More than you'd think, but less than you'd want. So 300. And accumulators I feel like is the same number. So they should be... There is already 300 solar panels up there then, isn't there? That's the logic I would take away from what I just witnessed there. Novice orbit. Oh, why do we have... Oh, yeah, we would have lots of little networks, wouldn't we? Gross. Novice orbit, solar. There's 250 up here. I wanted 300 though. So why do we not have them? Okay. Solar panels, I got 250. Unless it's counting these ones. Surely it wouldn't. Maybe it would. And what if I want 500, for instance? Sure, it's going to let some in. It let in 167, so it probably let in a few more than we wanted because it would have, the time would have gone a bit weird on that. But the good news is we are probably ready for a space launch any moment now. And how are we doing for all the... So the next one I'm going to do, I'm actually going to turn off the signal receiver for now, because the next launch is going to be to Kamar, the planet of Volcanite. Volcanite? Said it weirdly and now I'm just awkwardly confused with myself. We don't need walls where we're going. What do we definitely not need where we're going? Electric furnaces and miners, technically not. Don't need those. Chuck them in there, why not? They'll be useful up there. Just take out the stuff that I definitely cannot use in space. Probably could use signals, but I don't have the technology for it, so not really. How many low densities do we have in here? 1.2 thousand. That's a good number. But I would have loved it if the number was higher, but copper is shit right now. Why? Why copper? Why do you do this to me on a regular basis? Okay, we're not quite ready to go into space. We will be going in the next couple of seconds. Couple of minutes, rather. Just get these last modules in the way. Just to make sure copper continues being the effective friend that I know it has the heart to be. Copper wants to be effective, I know. It's not, though. I believe that it can be, but it just doesn't believe in itself. And I don't want to bring out the Gurren Lag and believe in the me who believes in you, but come on, Copper, I believe in you. But of course, I think we've put more resources into building other stuff lately, so because we have just increased the amount of production on solar panels and accumulators. So, before we go into space, one thing you got to do, you got to put on your different spacesuit. Do we need fuel? Doesn't hurt to have fuel, but that's okay. We'll probably be fine. And now I'm going to switch this to be default, because you got to plan the next launch at these times. The next launch is not going to Novice. Sorry, Novice Orbit. Next one's going to Kamar, and that's going to be an interesting launch. One that I... Thank you, Mighty Panda. Thank you for the cat meow. That scared the shit out of me as always. Okay. Novice Orbit landing pad. Now, I can't help but notice a lot of plastics coming in. That should not be happening. And if it's happening, by mistake. Because it shouldn't be requesting anything right now. Anyway, let's hope for a happy landing. Looks as good as any others. And we're in space. So now everything tries to figure out the heck where everything's supposed to be. I've been there, right? And we've got to figure out what the heck we actually want in life. What we do want is another decontamination facility. And to get that, we need something. So, yeah, we need to actually... I'll just request them. And that'll probably be fine, and we can turn that off again. I think it's actually going to have a bit of a problem with part of that, but we'll see. What did it actually bring? Is it actually trying to bring chemical facilities over? Surely we don't have chemical facilities in the logic network. He watches very closely about it, though. I don't see any of them, so maybe that's fine. then we can get this cosmic water sorted out a little bit better. And we can stop trying to make so much of it. Right now that is a bit of a problem. Oh wow, we actually did have some. Huh. Let's go grab some low densities, of which I know I've got a huge problem with these, because I know I need so many. That's alright. The important thing is that we're making this thing. Great. It's made. It was just one. Okay, good. Then we need to decontaminate our contaminated cosmic water into regular cosmic water. How do we do that? That goes... Let's stop flying for a second. Okay, so we've got to fix that. 4 and 5, there we go. We do need to pick up our space things, because without our space things we can't carry anything. What else? We need pipes. Need pipes. God, that train's always terrifying. I love it. I had like half a second to go, oh, what's that sound? Okay. So that goes into here, which also goes directly into here. And now we're going to do a little bit of a thing where this only will be made if cosmic water is less than, say, 5,000. That was a lot of rocks coming down just then. Nowhere near me, thankfully, but... And we do need to deal with this contaminated biosludge, which is going to become a bigger problem the further on we go. We can probably get rid of that. I don't care. So then for now, we will put the contaminated biosludge over here. This is a temporary measure. It is not going to stay here. But it just needs to be emptied. We also do need to deal with contaminated scrap. Yeah, sure, I guess we do. I guess we do. But that should be filling up the water pretty nicely. And... yeah. So. This, while it's done a good job, is going to stay there actually. That's not a bad place for this to be. What we do need though is more scaffolding, which should be showing up in here. And it is. That's good to see. It's always good to see when you expect something to happen and there it's actually happening. Okay, now, kind of want to stop that from happening now. And what I want to see is I do want these to be made. We do still need another decontamination facility, so we might as well make another one of those as well. Which is more low densities, of course it is. Thankfully we've got a lot more of those than we used to have. Just chuck them in there. Great. And they'll go build themselves, that's fine. Choice. So now that's making our data cards. Sorry, our polished data storage substrates. And that will make our data cards. So these do still need to be hooked up to something. I've been there. It does still need to be hooked up to something. little bit awkward, of course, but that's okay. Sometimes awkward things happen in a base. What happens in a base stays in a base, never forget. This is not quite scalable, but that's okay. This is not meant to be scalable, it's supposed to just work. There are things that we will do that will be scalable later, but this is not one of them. The whole purpose of this is just to get things made, and it is getting things made. So, then it makes our data cards, which is rad and cool. They are blank data cards. We're going to need a lot of these. But not now. And let's power that bad boy, because the boy is very bad. Gonna do the thing that I don't really like doing. Okay, good. Let's move that over to the side one. Okay, good. We have data cards. Good. Now, with the data cards, we need to make machine learning data. Which, the funny thing is, this is going to be a pain. Is that funny? I don't know. But it's true. So what I think we're going to do is extend this out a little bit. By a little bit, I mean, stop flying. Can't stop flying while in space. Something they don't tell you about. Actually, they kind of do. An object in motion stays in motion. Literally, law. Isaac's somethingeth law. I'd like to think that Isaac like renumbered his laws later. To like, nah, I know it should be my third law, but I really thought of it first. Like, like did he renumber them later, or did he go, okay, it's my first law, and then later he goes, oh yeah, this is my second one. You know, and so you could actually have a situation where the first law relies on the third law. Don't mind me, I don't really know what I'm talking about. Okay. So the plan here is we're going to toss that. Actually, we're not even going to... The thing is, we don't even want it there necessarily. We'd actually be happier with it, say, here-ish. Because that way, we can transfer the stuff via pipes, that's okay. And I love what's happening here. It's very stupid. And I'd love it to stop. And I'd also love it if these could just be disassembled now. Yep. We're going to disassemble a couple of things, in fact. That's alright, construction bots don't die. Okay, so. And this is going to be making machine learning data. Which gets split in a way that makes sense. Like that. Yeah, that makes sense. We're going to just be a little bit cautious with our resources right now. I don't usually like being cautious, but I just would love to get this done now without having to go back into space. Sorry, without having to leave or do anything like that. Okay, so that's good. We've got our data cards. Then what we're going to do with the data cards... See, this will do for my data cards for now. What we're going to do is we're going to bring them over here. Now, unfortunately, this is going to be a little bit of a backwards and forwards shoot, fell off the face again. There's going to be a little bit backwards and forwards, but that's okay. say it's okay because I've declared it, and if you declare it, it's true. Okay. Great. But I don't think I need to tell anyone that. It's all very obvious stuff. You know that classic picture of the guys working on the Empire State Building and they're just sort of having their lunch on the top building? Boy, I feel a little bit like that now, except, you know, my life's not actually in danger if I fall because it's a video game. And video games are not real life. I'm sorry if this startled anyone with this fact. I often forget video games are not real life as well. Okay. We might actually get rid of this. Can we dismantle it like this? Oh, we can. That's cool. We'd prefer to hold on to the scaffolding for the moment. But if anyone brings me something that's not scaffolding, I swear to God, you will be shot with a flamethrower. Actually, real quick, flamethrowers, do they work in space? Logically, no. But in this game, maybe? Oh, I see. So let's find out. Oh, it's better than that. They just burn and like they burn on nothing. What was the fuel there? I mean, the fuel's obviously the flamethrower, but you know what I mean. Now we have all my things there on the bus. So what we do is we just do a little one. Just a little bitty itty one. Little bitty itty line. We go over here. Cha-chunk. And we connect a little bitty line into this. And then we need to make some of these bigger pipelines. How big? I don't know, maybe a 15? Yeah, 15 is... Geez, maybe two 15s, honestly. 15 and a 9? 15 and a 9. And then maybe another 15. Yeah. And maybe we'll build some extra 15s and 9s because, let's be honest, we always need them. Okay. So that'll make the machine data in a way that is actually not using logistics bots. In other words, a way that makes me not hate myself. And that's good. That's something you want to achieve in life. It's something I want to achieve in life. Then we need to get rid of the warm thermofluid. If there's one thing I hate in life, it's warm thermofluid. Ugh. So we're going to... Sorry, I just enjoyed the enthusiasm of that yuck. Okay, so I'm gonna put that out there. A little bit of a gap there, and we're gonna put some 15s in. Of course, the one time I actually want to keep hovering, and it's like, no, you're done hovering, buddy. Rude. I think we want another 15 at that point. Nope, stop. Great. Do we have room for another 9? Do we have room for another 15? Oh, we do. Okay, well, we put the 15 on there then. Actually, I would rather put in a 9 and a pump jack. No, pump jack, sorry. Heck, what am I using pump jacks out here for? Hello, Diggo. How are you doing, my friend? Okay, because I want to make sure this pipe is as empty as the day it was born. Ah! Flying space! Okay, we're good. We're good. We're no longer flying into space. I'm glad those are getting used. Okay, so cool thermofluid is so cool. Then we've got the machine learning data, but okay, now it's actually a lot easier because now we can just get the stuff and just make something of it. Now, vulcanite blocks, they will be coming in through the logistics network for now. Probably solid rock fuel as well, actually. I don't think anything else is going to need solid rock fuel here. Yeah, solid rock fuel can come in as well. So, the next step, the final step, in fact, well, because we also need to get the scrap out of here. Okay, so, so do that. We're going to go up a couple, and we're going to put that there, and we're going to go. No, we're going to go there. We've discovered a planet, Cordova. I kind of like Cordova. I hope it's a nice planet. Alright, and... Oh, star, sorry. It's a star. Darling, it's a star. Anyway, I've said that now. Now, here's the backwards and forwards that I warned everyone of. And because it's scrap, we do have a dedicated scrap line, and we will continue to use it. Oh no. John, I don't think you're going to make me a star. I don't want to be that sort of star, Dagu. I just don't. Oh well. You know what they say, you do what you have to for stardom. That is entirely a joke, by the way. That's pretty sad that that happens, obviously. Okay, so we have our machine learning data. That is going to be used also, we're going to need to take that back onto Novice. At some point we will need to have a rocket to take things back. Don't know exactly when that's happening, but it's going to be a requirement. What did I say? Hang on. Darling, it's a star. Anyway, I've said that now. Daku, are you just making clips of me saying weird stuff and you're just going to put it all in a video one day? Because that worries me. I just feel like that's coming. And partly because at some point you warned me you were going to do that, but I just sort of brushed it off. Went, he's not actually going to do that. And now I'm thinking you actually might do that. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's fine. It's totally fine, man. Creative Commons as they are. Not sure if it's Creative Commons, but whatever. Okay, so whatever happens, we're going to need a lot of this. So... I don't really want to rely on... That's fun. I don't really want to rely on stuff happening like that, so I'd rather belt it in maybe from here. So if we say do another one of these, we're gonna still need barrels. Well, barrels are easy actually. Barrels, we collect them. Because that's the sort of sad life that I live. So we can bring barrels up. Okay, well, enjoy Arcane. Oh, because it's finished now. I'm still quite a few episodes behind. Actually, if I do that, that works better. Oh damn, you're almost up to where I am. Arcane is some good shit. Alright, so if I could put, say, the satellite telemetry and solid rocket fuel onto there. Okay, well, that's a mistake. Are we done with that now? Great. Okay, so satellite telemetry, and the other one is going to be rocket fuel. Okay. I haven't actually requested things, I've just realized, but that's okay. That is coming. Man, orbit's being rough with meteorites right now. Solid rock fuel, how many do we want? Say, just 100. Not really needing to build a lot of them. Satellite telemetry, also 100. Now, at this point, we should actually be getting almost to the point that space science is done. What are we missing for rocket science? Barrels, got them. Satellite telemetry, got it. Solid rock fuel, got it. So I think all I want to do now is get some chemical gel, which I don't know how that's going. I don't have a lot of chemical gel, but we need to consider that. And then we just need to make as many solar power, big solar generators as we can. And that can be automated, that's fine. No, I want that to stop, please. Those barrels, I want those barrels to be here. No, we've got too many barrels now. I think they've got a way to deal with barrels. And finally we need to get scrap done, and then I think we're done here. Scrap's still going to be a problem. Half a rocket over here, that's nice. Turn that into a requester chest, I think. And then we're going to turn this... If we turn it actually the other way than what you'd logically think. And what do I need to build this in? I need to build in a space manufactory. Okay, sure, why not? These things are big and I hate them. Waiting for... We're doing fine for life support. Something you've got to check though. Last thing you want to do is die in space. Last thing you would do, honestly. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure we've got more scaffolding available to us. At least I certainly hope so, because otherwise, well... Just crush those barrels, I don't really care about them. Oh, yeah, we got tons of scaffolding. I thought I was worried. The only worry I have right now is this box is actually too small to hold all my cool stuff. As again, as problems go, it's not the worst. Just throw a few more barrels down there. I haven't seen any logistics drones die in a while, but I guess there's a dead one there, so... Doesn't matter if you see them, it still happens. Don't know what to tell you. Okay, so... This comes in like that, I reckon. And this comes in almost the same way. And this is going to be a bit of a weird one, but we're going to put a delivery cannon here. This is where the Vulcanite's going to come into. When we're firing it into space. Which is exciting. Now that needs to be making rocket science. And you need to be connected to it. So what are we lacking? It's probably just Vulcanite at this point. Oh no, and chemical gel, of course. Shoot, I hadn't considered chemical gel. Okay. We might need to make more chemical gel as well. We're going to put chemical gel up here, I think. I think if we can just... You know what, let's put those pipes there. That does make more logical sense. And that doesn't need to exist. Now, you know what? I'm not super happy about that place for chemical gel to exist. Can we perhaps move chemical gel? Well, this chemical gel position is not even stable anyway. I guess it doesn't need to be here. So what we might do for now... How do we make chemical gel? It's cosmic water and petroleum gas. Okay, well look, we can make chemical gel up here somewhere. So for now, this is temporary. The whole point of this is just to get the chemical gel out of the line. Sure. I can dig it. You know, I know I've got a bunch of pumps in here somewhere, and I don't know why I don't just use them. So I may not like this, but I don't have to, because it's only temporary. Of course, you got to remember, a temporary fix is a permanent solution, so be careful with that. Okay. And now we're going to bring in the Vulcanite. Yeah, it says 100? 100's actually okay. And rubber ports. I don't carry any with me apparently. You know what? I can't be bothered finding them. I'll make the robots find them for me. Can you just guys give me like 10 rubber ports, please? don't have roboports? Okay. That's not something I consider being a problem. So we're requesting them from now. It's probably not logisticed up to work properly for that, but we'll get there later. And we need to build a roboport now because turns out we don't have them in space. Just a massive oversight there. We do have concrete, please. I'm sure we brought up some concrete. I do not want to build concrete in space. We've got some. We don't have a lot. Not great. That is unsettling. Alright, well, we can build one roboport. After that, we're out of concrete. Bad news. We might need more than one. No, we should be okay there. We put it here. Should do the job. Still not comfortable with this lack of roboports. Even though I don't like roboports, I acknowledge their use. Right now I must use them. Now, contaminated scrap. Well, it's not even contaminated scrap. This is junk data cards. Junk data cards? What do we do with junk data cards? In fact, I know we've got a bunch of these already. So can we just also request the science? No, what was it called? Card? Card? No. Why don't I just look? What is it called? Machine learning data. Okay, cool. Can we just bring the machine learning data in? Because otherwise I know we have no need for it. Just bring it all in. Like, just all of it. It doesn't bloody matter. Yeah, let's just prepare these things because I do not need to carry these data cards around. Oh, it goes in there, right. Okay, so that's made a lot of space science, which is pretty good. Now, with the junk data cards, we need to reformat them, which needs a couple of things. It needs a supercomputer, and it needs a place to put them. Now, broken data cards just need to be scrapped. That's actually fine. They don't make contaminated scrap. That's easy. So the question is, well, everything's got to come this way anyway. The data cards are here anyway. So why don't we just bring them around that way? I mean, that's logical. So let's just make that smaller and just shoop it a doop it. Okay, it has been shooped, it has been duped. And with that, we should have science. No, just give me the blank the shitty data cards first. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Thank you. Thank you, game. Okay, and now once the smoke clears, which is a confusing concept in space. We need another supercomputer. Why do I have a feeling the supercomputer can only be built in a space manufactory? Well, it's because you're a genius. In future, I'm going to put one of these, like, over here somewhere near the manufactory. Like, near the passive providers, so that way it's going to be much easier to build these. But scrap is the next concern. There's a few things we can worry about with scrap. One, we've got too much scrap. Two, that is the main problem. Now we have run out of low densities. Can't say I'm surprised. I'm not happy, but I can't say I'm surprised. And we just need one of these. Okay. So with that, we can remove that. We can take my supercomputer and go home. So actually what we might do is actually do this a little bit earlier than I thought, so that way we can steal that thermofluid line. Yes, that would be good. Or rather, thermofluid can come through here, that's not a problem. So yeah, we'll still expand this out a little bit. And we will separate this. One side being junk data cards. That side? Yep. And the other side being my rocket science. As they all say, it is actually rocket science in this case. And the good news is with this, we are actually making science. It's actually happening again. This time I'm actually happy with it. Well, 80% happy with it. You take what you get. Okay. Supercomputer. Got this boy's chonky. Now if needed we can always make this bigger later. We can extend out this way. Because we'll be going through a lot of these junk data cards, I imagine. But for now this will do. Because a good enough solution is exactly that, it's good enough. The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm like, I don't think this is good enough. I think we do actually build out to the side where we've got a bit more room. Okay, we're going to need to pick up a bit more scaffolding. Actually, we can just get some of this first. Cool. So now we've got a little bit more room when we inevitably need to extend this. Because that will happen. We know that. We're not fools. We're a little bit foolish sometimes. Then I want to go change the up priority that way. And do that. Cool. And supercomputer. Now we want the cold stuff to be coming from there, from the other side, so that's still a little too close, would you believe? Would you believe it? Still too freaking close. Who is designing this factory? Shit, it's me again, isn't it? There's the real problem. Leaving things for me to design. Because I want this to be able to be scalable, because I will need to make more of these in the future. Now, we also need the cool thermofluid. We will go up a notch, I think, on this one, because otherwise it kind of jams up with other things. And we need to go grab some more scaffolding. But this is working. Just rip these barrels apart real quick. Okay. So we've now got 600 scaffolding. This should be more than enough to complete this. In fact, it's huge amounts of scaffolding. Ugh, I'm just going to fly off into the oblivion. Great. Now, that's the cool thermofluid. Okay, so cool thermofluid come through here. Okay. We're going to need some more 9s and 15s. Let's just prepare them now. Probably more 15s than 9s though, let's be honest. Okay, 15. Another 15. Another 15. Ah, that was almost perfect. And then I think we go with a 9. Oh, the 9 is perfect. Love it. I don't think a 9 is going to be perfect here. No, a 9's not happening there. Okay, so we've got cool thermofluid. That will cool these bad-o boyzos. And then if we could use some dark science. You know, if we do this, that works actually perfectly. It's a good bodge. Yeah. Then we go underground for that. Underground what? That's a good question. Okay, then we go... Oh, we're going to have to go the 9, it seems. Then I think we can fit a 15 in. Yeah, I love these 9s and 15s. They're great. Later on, we might need to do things a little bit differently. Start using these other ones which have junction pipes. But now I think we're okay. We have to go around that. It occurs to me at some point we're going to have to bring in other things. That's going to be interesting when we get there, but this is going to be a very spaghetti space science thing. Spaghetti space. Okay. And if we do this, it gives us a little bit more space to work with. That happens. Cool. So from there, I mean, at any one of these points we can actually just abandon all of this and start working elsewhere, but I want to get this done properly. Because I don't plan on coming here for rocket science again. It's a one-off thing for rocket science. Okay, so that's going to make both blank data cards, which are rad, and broken data cards, which are disappointed. Now, broken data cards can honestly... How much does a recycler cost us? Nope, that's not a recycler. Some heat shielding. Yeah, sure, we can grab some heat shielding. We should have plenty of it. I need to grab a couple of these actually, I think, but for now... How long does this take to break up a data card? 5 seconds and it'll make 5 scrap. Okay, that's cool. So, now what we've got to consider is we're doing a long-arm inserter, which means it's not going to be a one-to-one, it's going to be a little bit further out. We know this. We've dealt with these before. And then when we come into here, we'll actually do a splitter situation right there. Again, I want this part to be scalable. And output nope, not priority. Broken ass data cards can go that way, where the formatting has not gone well. The good ones, they can get thrown back into here. It'll be on this side. And we want to output. That's cool. Science is continuing. That's what we want to see. Honestly, mining productivity could be a bit of a stretch. We'll make things faster though, and better. Do we need anything else right now? You know what? Robot speed. That is actually something I need. And so it's going to be coming from the bottom side. So that's going to go this way. Right, and that keeps everything all tidy like. Okay, so you've broken a data card. Yep, that's where we want to be, and we want to... Actually... No, that's not how we want to do it. We want to make sure they go on this side. Which is the same side they're going on there. Okay, and output priority, I want it to be on this side, because I want the fixed data cards to be used again. That does make more sense. And it's just better economy. Economy? Is that how words work? Economy. There we go. We got there. Economy. Gee. If my teachers could see me now. So we got 1, 2. Yeah, it's probably fine. Okay, and then we scrap broken ass data cards. Now the important thing is they're broken ass data cards. Like, not broken data cards, broken ass data cards. The game says that they're broken data cards. The game is actually wrong there. It's broken ass data cards. Okay. And that will then convert them into something that's somewhat usable. Meteorites are still crashing down and we really need to stop that from happening one day. But for now, we're okay. Hopefully. Things are going to go wrong one day. Well, we got to be prepared for that eventuality though. Power is good. Science is good. We're not really needing a lot of data cards anymore, but that's okay. We could speed up science, of course. I don't know if we need to. But it's an option for another time, perhaps. Stop requesting more stuff there. Just let that one finish. So what we might do in the coming future is maybe put a bigger box and then 3 lines. We need more than 3 lines, actually. We'll figure that out when we get there. Okay, so now we've got a bunch of scrap that we're not doing anything. So you've got a lot of scrap you don't want. Now we've got Where's all the scrap that we kept before? Yeah. So let's put all that scrap together. Probably for the best. And we'll request if there's any other scrap sitting around, we want that too now. Because now we're working on figuring out what to do with all the scrap. There is no scrap. Wow, that is convenient. Barrels, they can actually just be a regular steel chest, honestly. Steel is not something we have a problem with because of all the blimmin' barrels that we bring into space. Okay. That doesn't need to be there. You know what does need to be there, though? Just as a quick reminder, these things. We gotta remember when we're getting... I mean, I know we can see it here, but I don't trust it. Now, we have run out of chemical gel, but that's okay, because we were going to be making more of it anyway. And for the time being, we've actually got more science than we know what to do with, so it's fine, I suppose. Yeah, we've got plenty of rocket science. I'm not worried about rocket science for a long time. So, two things we need to do. One, we need to make these solar panels. And for that, we need to make chemical gel, which needs to be made in a space manufactory. Wouldn't have it any other way, honestly. Where are you guys going? Oh yeah, I suppose we did just take a bunch of stuff, didn't we? Cool. Okay, so we need to make chemical gel. That is a known thing. This needs to not be here at some point. I really wish not everything needed these big honking machines. They do, but I wish they didn't. So the plan is if we just push all the chemical gel over there. Oh shit. We went the wrong way. Okay, and that just puts all the... We probably just wasted 100 chemical gel doing that last one. That's alright. Now, the plan is... we could actually use this for chemical gel. Not the worst plan. It is a plan. And then my plan is we put the chemical gel like up here somewhere. Like here. Yeah, okay. So this is going to be where we make chemical... can we move that up a little bit actually? I'd feel a little bit more comfortable if it was up just a tad. Oh, we can. I mean, we're in charge here. Like, who's going to say no? Nobody's to tell us no or where to go or say we're only dreaming. It's a whole new world. Okay. So we need cosmic water in there, which we can steal from there, and petroleum, which is down there. That's pretty good, actually. And I don't think we're making cosmic water right now. We're not, because we just don't need to right now. And that's fine. That's kind of the intent. That's why you reuse it. We are going to have a problem with contaminated scrap. God, all these byproducts, that's the real killer in this mod in space. This is something that'll also be moved at some point in the near future. Yeah, okay. Make things faster. That's always... that is a fair limit. Or no limits, in fact. Sorry, I immediately forgot how many limits we have. Okay, so that'll make my chemical gel. And we're going to make a lot of chemical gel. Put that one more over there. We can save a little bit of... Now, this will use a lot of petroleum. Yeah, they're chemical coins. I mean, to be fair, let's just be honest for a second. Aren't coins also chemical? And is metal not a gel? I don't think metal is a gel, I'll be honest with you. But it does look like that. We've got orange coins, we've got blue coins, we've got these sort of greeny blue coins. These are coins that just need to be washed, honestly. I think there's also some pink coins later, some red coins. But the coins are valuable. They are based on a real economy. They're like Dogecoin. I could say Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is ridiculous anyway. So if you're going to go ridiculous, just say Dogecoin. That's how I feel about it anyway. I know some people really love their Bitcoins, and that's totally fine. I don't understand it. I'm too, like... I'm not galaxy brain enough for it. Oi. Well, money, as we know, does not have value. That is true. But at the same time, if I give someone money, I get a hamburger. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I know. I get it. I get the basic logics of it, but I don't understand why Bitcoin mining and stuff. That's the part that they lose me on. Like, I understand the basics of ever since we've been off the gold standard, money's not been worth anything, but look, as I said, I'm not galaxy brain enough for this. Too smooth brain, that's the problem. I know. As I said, I understand all this. I am old and afraid of new things. Okay, so this is looking more like something that's making things happen. Thermofluid could actually be a problem very, very soon. So let's consider making thermofluid as well. What? We do live in stupid. I could not agree with you more on that one. Thermofluid doesn't exist. Okay, so which means it's probably called something else in the code. Okay. Ah, geez, thermofluid's a pain. Okay, thermofluid needs sulfur, iron, copper, cosmic water, and heavy oil. Okay, again, we probably don't need too much thermofluid, but we need enough that we don't kill ourselves. So, sulfur is going to be the problem, as is iron and copper in a sense. Or maybe I'm just fine on thermofluid for now. I'm not. I know I'm not. How much does each one of these need? That doesn't need thermofluid. That doesn't use thermofluid. This does, and it uses 10. It uses 5, and then we convert 50 to 49, and eventually it's fine. I would just be happier if we just had more stable thermofluid for the time being. You know what? I think I'm overthinking it. I don't think I need to worry about that right now. There's 2 more things I'd like to do. One is actually just going to be a thing that's going to require bots anyway, so we might as well just get it started. Oh wow, I have 3 space manufactories. That I shouldn't be doing that. Okay, I need my solar panels. So I need these, which needs lubricant. Okay. I wonder if I could build these, say, under here. Probably not a bad place to build them, honestly. Now, usually I don't like to do this, but it'll do for now. The war cow. I really should just call that war cow. I should. Maybe I'll do it one day. Okay, so they're called mirrors? They are called mirrors. When we get iridium plating, that's going to... Is my mouse moving on its own? It is. Curse my finicky controller. Okay. So the good news is, chemical gel, we make a lot of it now. So that's good. We're happy about that. What we do need to do is turn that around. Yes, that's good. Can we... No, we have to, it has to be that way. Okay. That's fine. Oh, there goes another oxygen thing. How are we doing? We still got plenty of time and space. Nothing to worry about. Probably not going to die in space. This is another essential thing. This is going to be required for when we get to Kamar. Because I do not want to have to create bajillions of solar panels. Which also means after the first trip to Kamar, we're going to need to make a second trip. Well, we're already going to do that. The first trip to Kamar is not the trip. So we go Kamar, which is the planet with all the vulcanite, then we come back here to get the solar panels, and then we go back to Kamar to get it actually built up. And that's actually a decent enough plan. Now, normally I would not be logistics spotting this, but for now I just want to get it done. The logistics bots, as I said, the thing I don't like about them is they allow you to be lazy, and that's the proof. Like, whenever I get to a point that I just don't want to do it, I'm like, I'm just logistics spotting this. We do not have enough low densities. That is a known problem. And then with that we make solar panels, which... Oops. Get robot speed 20. The problem is the robots die, and I don't like that. And also, the reason I don't like logistics drones is not because they're slow, but because I feel they're a crutch. I like the... Yeah, I just feel like I enjoy the spaghetti nature. Robots do die, at least in this mod. Robot attrition's a thing. See if I can find a dead robot. If I look carefully, I'll find one. No! I don't like using bots in the best of times anyway. I just feel it's lazy and it takes away the spaghetti nature of the base. You could just do a base that is just a grid of machines, and as long as you got the power for it, you'll be fine. And I don't like that. It's also available separate. Hello, Veldak. How are you doing? Wait, were you talking before? You were talking before. I apologize. That's right. You came in when I was talking about the difference of nuclear, well, the similarities between nuclear reactors and friendships. Botting everything is too easy, and I just don't like it. But again, that's just me. That's fine. I will certainly not say anyone is wrong for thinking the way they think. Because, I mean, I've seen some bases that do some really great stuff with bots. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be that guy. Okay, and then we do this. And we make cool-ass solar panels. Now, the difference with these cool-ass solar panels, despite being cool-ass and heckin' rad, is that... Let me just open my spreadsheet. I've got a spreadsheet for this. Just a second. because in Kamar, for 100 megawatts of power, which is about what I want, I would need 2,100 regular panels, and that's too many. But if I take it to the new ones, it takes down to 318, which is actually doable. So that's why I want these new ones. And then we want them in a box. And using belts from Science and Space are all very similar after catalogs are made. Patent to it. Oh, yeah, I suppose there would be a patent to it, but again, nothing but if not efficient. Inefficient, sorry. Efficient. I'm not efficient. I don't use other people's patents as well. Like, I just make things hard for myself. I acknowledge that. I could make the game so much easier for myself, and I'm like, no, I don't want to. That's how I sound in my head. Okay, but that's going to start making these. Oh, we got scrap. Okay, great. Well, you know what? Scrap's something we needed to work with anyway. So, recycling facility. It's happening now. We don't have any concrete. Okay, so concrete is something we also need for the future. That makes sense for there. Okay, so how much concrete do we need? Look, 3,000 concrete is probably too much, and that's how much I want. Now, it's not going to be in the first wave, of course, because the next ship's not going there. And we need a box to put send our regards into. And just scrap. I don't have a catalog build. Actually, the flat solar panels are actually a little bit bigger. So I don't know if the ratios may stay the same, but because it's bigger, if you have a plan for it, you would have to redo it anyway. But, you know, whatevs. I don't. I just build long straight lines. That's not efficient. That just takes up extra space. Yep. Yes, it does. Oh, okay. I like thin layers of lasagna for solar panels. You just slap them in layers. So how many of these do we need? It was like 300. Oof. Okay, well that's not happening today. We've got no concrete anymore either. Well look, we got science happening in a fairly reasonable kind of way. We can stop that. We could possibly think about doing another space lab. Could do. What labs require? Labs require... I don't know if we could actually. We'd need single cylinder engines. Okay, well that's just iron, isn't it? Let's do another space lab. Actually, I don't have the productivity for it. That'd just be a waste. Then let's not do a space lab. I do have a lot of low densities. So chuck those in there. And from here... I think we call it quits on the space base for now. And we are going to take some of these solar panels, because the more of these solar panels we take now, the less we need to take later. In fact, screw it, let's make things real fast. Let's just use up as many of these as we can. Now we're actually kind of killing the requirements. We may be asking too much from the base now. Okay, you know what? We will stop that. We don't need them that fast. I still love that animation though, it's really fun. Okay, so we are done with space for today, I think. Let's just drop off everything that we definitely don't need right now. The base will figure out what to do with it all. Hey, hold on to that. Those I don't need. Sure, why not? Let's just land real quick. Oh, another drone fell over. Whatever it's that one. Who knows? Don't need space pipes. You know what? Let's just put the stuff myself in there. Stop being so lazy. Okay, and with that, I think we are ready to go back to Kamar. Well, not back to Kamar, back to Novice. We will take these. And we will take my capsule. How many does this try to go to? 300. You know, we can actually go to 500. That's fine. We will also automate this better next time we come here. Because I always like doing something and going, I'll do it better when I come back, because then it gives you hope for the future. Also, it looks like power might be a problem at the moment. But maybe before we leave, we should do some power fixes. Might be the right idea. And another thin layer of scaffolding. And that'll be fine now. Okay, you guys want to do the last bit? Okay, that's fine. You guys can. I don't really care that much. Okay. So now we go back to Novice and we start preparing the first expedition to... Ow! I think we've got too many bots. I think we've made a mistake. I think we've got to research swarm safety. And I think we also need to maybe chuck some of these in there. How are we doing? 41 of these? Wow, it's actually coming along pretty well. Ah, hell, why not? Because it immediately runs out of steel, that's why not. It doesn't actually make things faster, it just makes things more expensive. Don't need to do that. Okay, look, we can't dick around here all day, we've got to go back. It feels always so rough going from one place to the other because it's so difficult to get from one place to the other. Okay. Oh, are they still unloading me? Gosh. We'll let them finish. Don't need the glass either. Hell, I don't even need the concrete. Stone bricks? Whatever. I'll find more. I think I see a bunch of them coming to just take stuff from me now. That should be everything? No, not quite. Good morning, Sir Welshie. How are you doing? Okay, we good now? We got 3 bricks. You know what? If you couldn't take my bricks, you don't deserve my bricks. We're off. If you don't have me at my bricks, you don't deserve me at my bricks. So, first things first, let's put back on my regular suit. And now let's consider what's going on here. First off, anything that's in here should not be in here. We should not have sulfur, we should not have plastic. What's going on?
Butt kicking, for goodness!
Hey, thank you for the follow, Veldak. Really appreciate it. Oh, yep, that'll be a thing that you gotta do. You gotta always rebuild the base. Okay, now, we got some problems, I think, in the way of sulfur. I noticed the base had too much sulfur in it, so I wonder if something's going wrong with that. I think the problem might be that when it's less than 1, it actually just created a lot of requirements. Same thing with this. Yep. So the 1s are a problem. But that's okay. Like, it will still get used in space. We're not too worried about that. What else do we have in here? Batteries. Batteries are probably the same deal if I'd take a guess. They are. So basically, while all this stuff transported, when it was at 0, it got a bit confused. That's okay. So, the next launch is to a different planet. So we're going to... How's space traveling going? Dark Rail, we are looking at going to our first actual planet today. It is going to be an absolute failure of a journey, but we're going to start. Whoa, how many core miners did you turn on? You know each one of those has, like, efficiency penalties, right? Okay, so... when we leave here, we are definitely not coming back in a hurry because we can't come back in the same way that we left. This is a known factor. When we go to this planet, we do not come back in a hurry. We will come back. It's just going to be a bit of a mission. So we are going to need a lot of solar panels. And everything in my inventory is the stuff that we are going to take. We're going to take solar panels. We're going to take... the only thing we probably don't need is vulcanite. We're going to take mining drills. Those are going to be needed. How many mining drills? Look, honestly, as many as we can find. Make sure all the stuff is in my inventory. Exactly. Now, it's going to be a little bit of a pain getting back. I know that. Something else we actually do want and need. So we've got the signal receiver, and that's important. That's going to be super important for where we're going to go with this. Because we are going to need to send water to this planet. So, we weren't doing this before, but we're going to do it now. We need to build capsules. Delivery cannon capsules. We need them. So most of the stuff is easy, except for explosives. It's coal and sulfur. Sulfur, easy. Coal, just not on the freaking belt. Why is it not on the belt? Did you not think about coal? No. Should I have? Explosives go boom. Absolutely they do. And that's what we hope they do. So. Capsule. Now we are hoping to be able to make these in or on Kamar, but we're not going to be able to do it immediately. But before we go to Kamar, we need to get this stuff sorted. Like, this is actually imperative. Because when we run out of resources, inevitably we will. Let's not beat around the bush. We will run out of resources when we go to Kamar. We want to, like, water is the thing we're going to run out of. And I'm not going to take any water with me because it's just going to be too much resource hassle. But we need to be prepared for it. I am actually very afraid of this. Now, I know I can just press a button and come back, but if I do that, that's called the coward's way out. Now, if you've done it before by yourself and you thought that was a great idea and you liked it, I'm not calling you a coward. I would just call myself a coward if I did it. Because it's like, what is for me, the fun of going into this scary, scary place is knowing that I got to get myself out. I love that cow. You know what? There used to be the train. The train used to be everyone's favorite thing, but I think war cow is everyone's favorite. War coward way out. Coward way out. Gosh, that took me way too long. I get it. I get it. Yep. It's the coward way out. So we're not doing that. That took me way too long to figure out. Okay, so explosives. Explosives aren't made in these. They're made in chemical plants. We know this. Which is stone, brick, glass, and small motors. Now the good news is we've got most of those things just chilling. So we need some chemical plants. Just build a few of those. You're just trying to throw these just things, they're not doing anything. Yeah, it is kind of funny. I can see where you got confused with that. We don't need that. We don't need that. Let's just free up some space. That, I mean, that's just an upgrade thing. We can make that again, no problem. Laser turrets, whatever. Laser turrets for limpy losers. Okay, explosives. No, I've literally done the same thing again. I'm not a smart man. Okay, so coal and water. Well, water... Do we dare steal it from a reactor? And what's it going to do, be irradiated? Probably not. Absolutely, steal it from a reactor. Okay, and then just spin that around and bam, water's there. Problem solved. Okay, so sulfur is next. Now sulfur, another easy one. Oh, I'm scared to do that now. Usually when someone asks me to do that, I've made a really funny mistake. Okay, I hear the ghost. Okay, yeah, we have some ghosts. It's the ghost of uranium. Alright, so coal. And then we have everything we need to build as many of these capsules as we need. Which a lot of these capsules are going to be for water barrels for the moment. Also, anything that's in there at the moment can just be taken out. Like, I do not want any of the stuff in here. So once we've got that sorted, then I'm going to bring this down Yeah. Near where the trains that bring in the barrels, and I'm going to have a water launcher. If the water launcher is going to be required, we also might have a light oil launcher that's probably going to be good too. Any fluids I'll be able to launch into space easily. That's the plan. What else would I be able to launch into space easily? Sure, irons and metals, but if I can launch fuel and water, we should be able to get the base made to some level of competency. We don't need that, by the way. Changed our suit. And some level of competency is all we really need. We don't need a lot of competency, just some level of it. Actually, real quick, just not important, but how do they end up going with these? Looks like they built 31 more. Okay, that's cool. And it looks like my drones are done for now? Yeah. Okay, but science is continuing, and that's what really matters. I want to make sure that none of this is happening anymore before I start working on the next part. Looking pretty good. Looks like nothing's filling up the way it shouldn't be. Okay, so we need coal. We knew this. I forgot it already. We can get coal where from? Coal going to be able to fit through here? Yeah, look, there's where coal will go. Coal goes this way. Spaghetti the nation. You gotta spaghetti everything. I mean, you don't have to, but I'm gonna. Spaghetti Paul would be proud. Spaghetti Paul loves spaghetti. Every now and then I do the Spaghetti Paul voice to myself just to amuse myself. The thing is, when I'm doing the Spaghetti Paul voice, it's got to be like really wide open, eyed open. I'm going to do it now. Like, hi guys, I'm Spaghetti Paul. I just love spaghetti. I just want to see spaghetti on every planet. I feel like I'm like mimicking some celebrity and I don't know who it is, and that bothers me the most. Probably not that wide-eyed enthusiasm. I think that's a product of me. But I feel like I'm just parodying someone that I've seen on TV. Probably a children's show presenter, if I had to take a guess. Alright. So that will give me my delivery cannons. Good. That's step one of what we need. Then we need to build cannons to launch shit into space. Now they need concrete. Okay. We've got all the things that we need for this. It's just about going and picking it up. I forget where concrete is. Oh, it's under attack? Oh, it's that base. You know what? I'm actually surprised that base didn't fall while I was gone. Good job, base. Proud of you. Like, what do you mean? You thought the base was going to fall? Like, why would that happen? Oh, you know, just was thinking it could happen. The base is like really uncomfortable about the whole situation. Could think about condenser turbines. It is a possibility. We could send the water into space and do it with radiation, but because Kamara is so close to the sun, I don't think there's any real need for worrying about that at this stage. But, you know, always good to consider it. Mining productivity, or would we be better doing science? Let's do lab research speed. And we've only got one lab out there. It's probably good to... Okay, we need 2 of these rail guns. We're not complaining, but okay. Cannon. We've got the concrete. We need steel chests, we need big electric motors, we need heat shielding. Okay. The good news, I think some of these came up here. Heat shielding. I know I saw some of that over here. What did I miss? I know I forgot one more thing. No, I haven't actually. Oh, steel chests, but they're made anyway. So 2 delivery cannons should be sufficient. And I was thinking that I was going to be building them by the train, but it might actually be better to build them over here. And then just ka-chonk ka-chonk, put them there. Link them into this. And I'm going to have a way of saying fire water with cannon. I don't know what that way is yet. But this seems to be where we put our cannons. Oh wait, but then the capsules aren't anywhere near it. Oh, I mean, we could always build water cannons elsewhere. The capsules are here. The plan was maybe we build down here, but then we might be firing infinite water, which not ideal. Yeah, we've built the capsules there, so let's continue preparing. Trying to find the best place for these cannons. I feel like that lubricant is just in the most annoying place right now, so let's move the lubricant just a little bit. Just a smidge. There we go. Now that lubricant's on the way. Cool. And this is a... I'm wondering whether I actually want to launch them from here or next to the barrels, because I don't think I'm going to be wanting to launch too much stuff from the ground to space. It would make more sense for them to be built over there. Because I don't really want to transport them on the train. Now, in water, I could just assemble it here and fire it, but light oil, it's a little bit more difficult with that. I mean, no, I need to get light oil up. Well, actually, no, I don't. I need to get rocket fuel up. Rocket fuel is not... Hang on, that's a thought. I don't need light oil. If I could just send solid rocket fuel up, that does turn to liquid rocket fuel, which is how I get home. Out of curiosity, though, just real quick, how much do I need to come back from Kamar? 82,000. Okay, so 82,000. This is not going to be... Actually, no, I've got a way to show my calculations on the screen. That makes it a little bit more exciting. Okay, so 82,900 and... Let's go 930, just round up, no matter what. Divide by 50. So we need 1,658 rocket fuel. Divide by 10. So we need 165 launches of rocket fuel. If it's what you need, it's what you need. $165 launches. I mean, okay, here's the thought though. While I'm scavenging around there, maybe I will be able to shorten that. Like, here's Kamar. So while I'm digging around here, if I can say, there's some iron. Iron is not going to help. Well, actually, no, I can make rocket fuel out of vulcanite. That's not a problem. Water is the only real problem. And water is the easiest thing to fire into space. Okay. Yeah, okay. We're not going to worry about launching rocket fuel into space now. We're just going to worry about water. And that is actually very, very doable because we just clear this. Do we pick up some fish? Yeah, we're going to pick up some fish. No, don't want fish. Water is the easiest thing to launch into space. Yeah, because all you got to do is barrel it and then launch it. And there's infinite water. Look at it. It's green, but it's still water. Still flows. Probably. So if we have a water pump, I mean, it's expensive to launch it, I won't lie, but it is easy. Why not bring 1660 rocket fuel with you in your pockets? You go out there. Do I have to have a good answer for that? Or can I just sort of leave that one quiet? Because that's actually an incredibly good question. Why don't I just do that? Because I don't actually have an answer. That's actually a really amazingly good question. I think I might... I'll see how much I can take, and we'll go with that. We might not be able to take everything, but we'll see what we can do. Good question. Water barrel. And the other good news is that... barrels. That'll give us steel when we're over there. Probably. Unless I've made a mistake. It is a lot of inventory space taken up by the minerals that go into the return trip. That is true. But the whole point of this is to actually set up a forward base in Kamar so we don't have this problem going back to it again. Because we will come back to Kamar. Like the first launch, I think this is a pretty normal thing for space exploration. The first launch is really just to get set up. Like just so that way all future launches go smoothly. Unless, of course, they explode. But, you know, you can't prepare for every eventuality, can you? Sometimes things explode. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Why worry? Because it's your responsibility. Okay. So we get our good friend Steel out here. Put it on there. And then we get our capsules, which we've made in kind of a weird place, but I would have it no other way. Look, if I didn't build something in a weird place, why would I do something? Now we're going to probably make way more of these capsules than we need, but that's okay. Okay, and from here we should be mostly good. Maybe what we've got to do is figure out where we can... Let's figure out the end point and then figure out the start point going backwards. Because if we go backwards from, say, here, we're going to use some stuff, some tricks that we learned in space. And we are going to module this, not module this, we're going to do a circuit network on this because there is no way in heck we want millions of these. And we still need more. Okay. Actually, can we do it this way? Then I'd feel a little bit more comfortable about what we're about to do. Okay. Then we are going to put a pole of actually use the big boys. Boys. If we can avoid having to build millions of capsules, I think that's probably for the best. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll put a thing here. Here. I don't want to keep using the big ones if we can, actually. This just makes a little bit more sense in my head. Okay. A little bit neurotic going backwards and forwards here, but that's alright. Neurotic's probably the wrong word. That's okay. Words have no meaning. Not anymore. Okay, so that is a read, not an enable, and it's a hold. And this is a capsule is less than 3, which shouldn't be right now. And then we put these capsules down because we made too many. Okay. And with that, we rig this up with power. And it's putting barrels in there. Excellent. I feel like the main problem is these barrels are too slow to be made. Make faster barrels. And we've got something ready to fire to Kamar. Wonderful. We're not going to worry about that just yet, but it's ready. So infinite water is ready to be fired to Kamar, as long as we never run out of steel. Or water. But the other one's not likely to happen. How much power does it take? 500 megajoules every time I'm firing this thing. Oh boy. I don't... 500 megajoules is a lot of power. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I've got 10. I've got one too many packed cargo containers. That's okay. I want some of these. I don't think I need life support. I definitely don't need laser turrets. Furnaces, I might need. Heat pipes, definitely not. Landfill, there's no water. There's no water there. Now the good news, that was the wrong thing. Wrong way around. The good news is we don't need to worry, we'll be able to start making things while we're there. So it'll be okay. We do need assemblers, I suppose. Well, we've got some of those. We take a full stack of them. Might as well 3 stacks of assemblers should be pretty good. Do we need glass? Not really. Do we need iron? Eh. Coal, definitely not. Stone, definitely not. Sulfur? No. Copper cable? Just one cable? Probably not. Probably not. Batteries? Probably not. Heat shielding? Probably not. Rocket shield, rocket things. Solid fuel? We're going to be looking at that. Maybe. Rocket wall? No. Cliff explosives? Actually, yes. We do need cliff explosives. Beacons? Quite frankly, no. Much as I do love beacons, we don't need them. How are we doing for time? Okay, we're doing alright. But one thing we are going to work on is now we're going to start building the things that we definitely need to take into space, such as a landing pad. So a landing pad requires... Oof! It's a spicy boy. We've got the radars for it, so that's cool. Don't need a fuel refinery. Actually, we'll take a fuel refinery. We'll take the oil refineries just in case that comes up. We've got some regular furnaces. That's fine. It's got some industrials. That's good. Okay, so what we do need, I was just discussing, is a landing pad, which needs 1,000 concrete, 1,000 steel, but more than that. Okay. We really should improve that. The time I realize we need to improve that is every time one hits. Okay, that's too much steel, but that's alright. As they always say, you can never have too much steel. Okay, and 1,000 concrete. And that is a landing pad. Boop. Okay. Now we need a launching pad, because we need to get off that hell-forsaken rock. We need another 1,000 concrete, another 1,000 steel. Ugh. Okay, that's fine. You can store it pretty densely. We might not be bad taking a recycler up there, honestly, because the recycler will turn all these barrels we get into steel, and then we'll have no problems with that. So we'll worry about that in a moment, because we really should focus on one thing at a time. So pipes, steel plates. Okay, we need 1,000 steel plates. We know that. We've been here before. And if we come here, we'll be... That's fine. We'll take a bit more just in case. We can shift things around as we need to in a moment. Oh, petroleum's going well. Very proud of it. We need some of these. That's probably too many. That's alright. We need radars and steel chests. We don't get enough steel. Oh, we did. We just didn't get any radars. Oops. Actually, hang on. We got radars. We got them in the... No, we don't. How fast do these things charge, out of curiosity? $50 megawatts while charging. Okay, so we need a... Wasn't I building a launch pad? I was. No, I... Yes? Wait, what did I start building? Oh, I still don't have enough big electric motors. Does the launch pad not need radars? Oh, you know what? You're absolutely right. I was looking at the wrong thing. Haha. Still needs radars. You're right. And it still needs more big electric motors. Thank you for clearing that up, Technical Hedgehog. You are true to your name. Okay, cool. Pipes and radars. So we still do need radars. That's okay. There's going to be an absolute disaster when we get there. You know that, right? Okay. Cargo rocket silo. Here we go. It's trying to build 89 pipes. I don't bloody think so. Okay. So, now that we've got that under control... under control. That's a phrase that one can say to delude themselves. Do we bother getting a core miner, some pulverizers, and it would make coming back a little bit more difficult. Out of curiosity, what do we need for this? Pulverizers, chemical plants, assembly machines. So we do need pulverizers, which is just concrete. Okay, well, we've got plenty of concrete. Let me just actually... just infinite concrete, please. How much is a stack of pulverizers? I don't know. We can find out. I don't want to launch right now because as soon as I do, it'll undo the construction of my... I know, but notice we do not have a lot of iron coming through right now. Oh, because it's trying to recoup the steel. Ah. What are we lacking now? More iron plates. Okay, well, iron plates are in a little bit of a downer at the moment after we just ripped all the steel away, but it will fix itself. Do not worry. Do not fret, for it shall be fixed. Okay. I honestly don't know how many of these stack, and we'll go for 11 and see if they stack. If they do, we'll go... I don't know. We'll see. I don't really know if we're going to have enough space for much rocket fuel. We'll bring in what we can. Do we want to take a core miner? A core miner is a bad idea. Hey Fraser, how you doing? Core miner is a bad idea. That seems like something you take up on the second trip. But... you know, lust for power and all that. Actually, real quick, how much vulcanite... not colcanite, that's a very different thing. Vulcanite goes... it's like 6 to a rocket fuel, right? 8 for a rocket fuel. And it stacks in hundreds? So it makes 80... it makes... okay, so it stacks to about the same thing. Okay. A lot of thoughts going on right now. But we do have most of what we need. We have a delivery cannon, should we choose to use it. Well, we might as well put it down there. Well, actually, even if we put it down there, we can't use it because it's not going to have anywhere to go. Like, we're going to have no capsules down there. We'd have to make the capsules on Kamar. Yeah, that's probably true too. Um, let's not make a coal miner. I think that's just adding more stress than we really need to. We do need to worry about solar panels. And we do need accumulators. Now, the original plan was to bring thousands of accumulators. But I don't think we're going to take 1,000 accumulators with us this time. We are, however, going to take a lot of solar panels. And we will take some accumulators as well. Look, I'm doing alright. I'm just a little stressed about this whole idea. Oh, okay, so you need 5 accumulators per solar panel. A little stressful about the idea of going into space. That doesn't sound right. 5 per... Also, that should be way higher. I love these things firing. Like, I didn't know they had a special effect for it. How dangerous is where I'm going? It's not actually super dangerous. I think it's fine. There's no bugs there. That is the highlight of the expedition. It's just, I've never gone to another planet before. Which is why I'm just a little bit more anxious than perhaps I should be. Because they always say the first one's the hardest, and the last, like going to space, that was easy because you could just go back. You know, you could be like, oh, I'm going back into, like, I'm going to capsule back home. I can't capsule back home this time. And that's just why I'm a little bit apprehensive. It'll be okay. Whatever happens will happen, and I will manage. And if it really goes wrong, I can take the coward's way out and just respawn. But I don't want to. I want to be able to do it. I want to be a brave little cat and just get into space. I'll get into space and come back, and then I want to, like, pop a streamer. That's the plan. We need engines as well. Okay. Yeah, look, tell you what, we've got, it's 10 o'clock now. We will go for another half hour, and we'll go into space in the next 10 minutes. Will we be ready? Doesn't matter, we're going to space in the next 10 minutes. Ready or not, here we come. Okay. Well, the problem is we don't really have a lot of solid fuel rockets. We've got 10 and we needed, what was the number? I know I wrote it before. I know it was written in chat rather before. 1,600 rocket fuel. We can make most of it in space. That's not a problem. Okay, so we've got a long line of rocket fuel. That's pretty good. How much have we got? Not even close to 1,600. So we're going to be on this planet for a little while. And honestly, it's fine. We're going to a planet that will have... It has resources. It has a little bit of copper. I hope it has some copper nearby. Like, it has 51,000 copper. That should be enough to get anything I need bootstrapped and launched. We've got iron, we've got fuel sources. The only thing we don't have is water, and that'll be sorted out pretty quickly. We'll be okay. It doesn't make me feel any better, though, I'll tell you that. Okay, these stack to 5. Okay, so that's too much then. Life support facility. Now, I think I can survive there because it doesn't say I can't. My logic is if it doesn't say you can't, you probably can. Now, steam turbines, they're not going to be useful for me. I'm going to have not enough water to survive there. And put their steam turbines away. Does it have oil? Yes, it does have oil. Oh, I wanted to have a recycling facility. That was a good point. Thank you. It's not what you reminded me. Well, you didn't say it, but it was a good reminder anyway. Because that way we have as much steel as we can make out of barrels. Which is not much actually, but it'll be fine. And some heat shielding. So that way any barrels that come in will just be crunched down. Now we may have to tighten the old belt a little bit while we're in on Kamar. We may not be able to quite do everything that we're used to doing. We might even have to take yellow belts for a while. That's okay. I think it has oil. Yeah, it does. It's not great oil, but oil is oil, right? The base will be fine without me. I'm saving before I launch, because it's probably for the best. I'm bringing my thruster suit with me. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. Actually, one thing I want to do first. Strong box of things. Oh, yeah, okay, sure. Put that there. Okay. So I just want to do this real quick. Okay, clearly I need to do this again. I just want to dump the stuff that I don't want into a box. But yeah, we'll be absolutely fine. Like, let's not worry about anything like this. It'll be okay. The fact that I have to keep saying this doesn't make me feel any better. Oh yeah, I suppose. I guess I don't have to keep saying it, but I'm gonna. Let's do it. Save again. May God have mercy on our souls. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 100. This is all ready to go. We do not have a place to put it. That's actually a valid point. Like, it's all very good to shoot these things into space, but if you can't put them anywhere, you're just going to break stuff. One final thing that we forgot. It's always good to realize that before the big day. It'll be okay. It's only a game. Alright, space is coming for me, and it's time for me to go to space. I'll grab some of these. Look, let's just grab as much of stuff that we can. Let's just fill up my inventory with whatever I've got. Take the fight to space. Hell yeah. Remember, space started this. We're there to finish it. We're just filling up like my slots now. Okay. Yeah, one more save because now we're actually doing it. Nothing's stopping me. Can I fill my trash slots and take that? Yes, but I just want to go now because now that would have been a good idea to think about. But if we don't go now, we're never going to go. So Kamar, launch is disabled. Why? Oh, no launching pads found with that name. Well, the problem is it's not got a launching pad. I really killed the dramatic tension there. Thank you, research. You always do that to me, don't you? Okay, dramatic tension. No launching pad, chance of dying? No, it's just going to break all the stuff that's in the ship, which is nothing. Let's go. That's seriously how I was always going to come in. And it auto-saves. Welcome to Kamar. We're going to put those there. Gonna start setting that up now, actually. Yeah, number one thing we need to set up is power. Probably should have brought more power poles, huh? That could have helped. It's alright. It's a very rocky planet, so stone shouldn't be an issue. Stone will absolutely not be an issue. Even if there's no mines, we have stone. Here come the meteorites. The first thing it does is destroys my cargo rocket silo. That would be... I would cry. I wouldn't. I might. So first thing we've got is some degree of power set up. It's not going to work particularly well at nighttime, but we have power that is dwindling because it is nighttime soon. Yeah, okay, so the problem we're going to run into is we cannot build, like normally when you start the game you have copper cable pipes, poles, but we don't have that. That's alright. We're going to put all the stone in a box because quite frankly we're going to collect a lot of it very soon. Actually, you know what? That is true. It might be a while before we see Novice again, so let's just prepare for that. And let's just clear a spot. Now, one thing I remembered is this planet had like a cool sort of place. And I wanted to check that out. Now, people said make sure you've got plenty of guns, which is not a good thing to remember right now because I didn't bring any guns. So what I might do is I might save one more time, but on a different save. Nope, it's just lava. And I'm going to check this out. Oh, guys, can you stop, please? Like, seriously, I've been told about guns. You guys want to go pick up stones? So... doesn't look aggressive. It doesn't... Can I go into it? Oh! Oh shit! Yeah, okay, I can go into it. There's bugs in there. There is no room to fight like this. Okay, that was fun. Shit. Alright, so we're gonna load that. Oh! Okay. Okay. Fun. We're gonna try that again. This time we got, oh, we got a Tesla gun with 5 shots in it. Okay, so we're gonna Tesla gun, we're gonna go in there, gonna Tesla shit, and then if we still need to, we can flamethrower. Well, that seems like it did better. Oh god, guys, don't pick up stuff right now. What are you picking up? Did you bring in stone? Guys, did you have to do this right now? They're deactivated, they're deactivated. Okay. Thank goodness I'm still equipped for weapons, fighting. Okay, so the bugs are intelligent. Repeat, the bugs are intelligent and cannot be trusted ever again. The question is, why are we doing this? There's a thing on the ground. That's exciting. Huh. Picking up trouble indeed. Okay. There is a speed module 9 in here. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that, but it's here. And, there's this. Now, I have a funny feeling this has to do with secret ending. 100% sure, but when you have like 20 of them, that's 20 times 100, that's like 1,000,000%. Is there anything else in here? Well, sure. Oh, are we gonna go with like the bloody... Who did that? Look at our ship, it's very strong. Yes, that's the problem though, you only have one. Oh, it's like warp factor, is it? If you go to warp 10, you turn into lizards, but also you're real fast. Gosh, Star Control people, what race is the one that says, like, where you, like, boast about the cool ship you've got, and they go, that's great, but you've only got one of them? Does the other side go anywhere? Other side of what? You know what, actually, let's go back there for a second, and let's screenshot that, because we might need to do that later. We might need that later. It was the Spathy? Thank you very much, Little Hedgehog. I don't think it goes anywhere. I think it's needed. I know there's something about a Stargate in space. I don't know much about it aside from that it exists. I'll go back and have a look. It was a Spathy. That does make sense. The Spathy would be the ones most likely to say, you know what, we're not really joining you unless we really absolutely have to. Such as you threaten us with the evil. Okay, well, there's other doors. I mean, what if I go through the other door? Is it just as dangerous? That takes you to the same place. No, I think that's it. I think it's only got the one exit that I'm seeing. And it's got this rock here as well, which I can totally F up that rock. I want to leave the ancient container there. Okay, so let's screen grab that in case we need it later. Because those look like constellations. It looks like some sort of Stargate thing. And we don't have Daniel Jackson here, so we're kind of screwed. But we don't have O'Neill here, so we might be okay. So, it is a little bit like that, isn't it? What is it called? I know the mod you're talking about. Okay, we've got plenty of coal. That's good. And I think it might be time to start receiving water. So let's go back. No, we don't care about Kamar.
Butt kicking, for goodness!
Thank you for following, Rignar. Really appreciate it. Good to have you on board. Okay, so in Novice. You know, sorry, I just gotta say real quick, I liked this. Going back for a second. So you've got Novice, which kind of looks like a little bit Coruscant-ish, and then you got Kamar, which is clearly like uninhabited world. I don't know why it's Coruscant, it just looks like a planet that's doing shit. Okay, so Kamar, yes. Destination preview right here. Coordinates set. Lovely. Okay, and then we want to... Shit. Okay, and we've got 10 barrels of water. Here they come! Hell yeah. I want to watch that again, that was scary. You gonna do it? Jeez. Got me again, too. It's the delay that gets me. Didn't get me that time. I'm now braver. Okay, so we've got 50 barrels of water. I think we're going to turn that off for the moment. One more. Nice. Okay, so we got 60 barrels of water, so 60 times 50, we've got... This is me trying to do maths. This is why I always got bad grades in maths. I don't know. Huge number. 3,000? Let's see if that's right. Calculator. I can't even spell calculator, so I did bad in English. 3,000, I was right. Hey, hell yeah. My mental math trick worked. I think I'm some sort of like Marvel psyker. I am the Scarlet Witch. Alright, I am not the Scarlet Witch. So. Now. One thing we need to do before anything else is put this down. That's imperative that we have that down, or ain't nothing ever going to happen here. Then we need to have this here. And we need to be putting in cargo sections. Okay. And then we can unpack our cargo when it's powered, which it's currently not. Okay, so that'll launch almost everything. So the only thing it's going to be lacking now is fuel to get back to Novice. Which, good news, it's less fuel to get back. We will be... How do I make liquid fuel? Fuel refinery. Okay, I know I've got 2 of these. Might not be enough. It has to be. I don't need to make a whiny sound. It has to be enough because I have literally no other options. Okay, so that's all we've got for now. So now it's time to think about vulcanite. So you've decided to think about vulcanite. Vulcanite is a wonderful resource that I think you and your client will love. We can make more rocket fuel. That's what we're going to do with the vulcanite here first. The next launch is going to be a lot more interesting because we're going to come in with thousands of solar panels and accumulators, and it's going to be a bit crazy. But this first launch was just about getting here. How's that? Oh, it's just a really cool shaped cliff. Neat. One thing I have noticed though is this planet is very dark, and also we have no power because we don't have any accumulators. The night is dark and full of terrors, I'm afraid. Okay. And recyclers. Oh yeah, this planet has meteors as well. I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised. Every planet would do. But it's still scary. We have no need for barrels, so we can just crunch them down into steel. And we'll just put the steel on here. Sure. It's been launched. Does make sense, I suppose. Alright, so that's good. Steel is being made. Water is coming in. We might actually be better. Let's just stop that for a second. You might be better to do it this way. So we have our 3,000 water. That's good. Now we need to start mining. Actually, now we need to start putting accumulators down, I think. Now, there's really nothing out this way. So, I know there's probably some really cool ways you can make accumulators, like, really mesh well with solar panels. But I'm not doing that, because I can't be bothered. Although, actually, if I do this a bit better... Okay, you know what? I am going to do this. My god. It's like he's trying to... It's like he's learning. Okay, so if we have a one right here... If we do that again... And then we have arrays of batteries. And then, of course, we do it... like that. I don't know if we've got enough accumulators for this, but we're certainly going to try. I mean, I know we certainly don't have enough power for this, but... And with that, we have... Aw! Don't tell me that was the exact right number of accumulators. I think it was. What can I say? I'm just that good at Factorio. Anyway. It's enough bullshit for one. No, it's not. Okay. So now we need to start getting this vulcanite. Now the good news about vulcanite is it's real. Sorry, I said that aloud, and then I was like, what the f am I on about? What? When is resources not real? Okay, so... Okay, now that should hopefully be enough for now. We are running out of medium electric poles. That's just gonna have to be resolved shortly. And with that, these should be mining. Okay, vulcanite's real. Probably not the best way to do this, but the point is, it's happening. Okay, how are we doing for time? We are actually almost out of time, I'm afraid. So we're gonna crush this vulcanite. That's easy enough. We'll just finish this bit, and then we call it for the night, I think. So how much of a red belt do these guys take? 0.414. We do also want to get barrels sorted out. That's going to be needed for the next level of space science. But quite frankly, we're not in any real hurry for that. Okay, so that's doing... Oh, that's doing more than a belt's worth. Okay, that's great. We could have done this with productivity modules, but it probably doesn't matter too much, honestly. And if we do this, we can conserve a little bit of energy, or a little bit of resources. Oh yeah, I remember these. They want stack inserters, don't they? Those are my greedy little boys. Then we gotta wash the vulcanite, which how do I turn steam back into water? Chemical plant. Okay. So that okay. We'll at least get to the point that we're making vulcanite bricks, and then we'll call it. So we've got a little bit of time. So we need to wash the vulcanite now, which at this point we need to worry about a lot of stone. Okay. Okay, and then we washed the vulcanite in a chemical plant, which we thought to bring those with us, so that's pretty exciting. And this is why we needed the water. That's too close. Serve whatever we got. Because we gotta. We've put that too close again. I always forget about that, but... Okay. Probably did just waste some water there, but that's alright. Water is infinite. As a steel, it's just a little bit trickier on this planet, that's all. And then we do over here a chemical plant that just makes steam. Hey, Bong Water Supreme, how are you doing? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's a cute little bongo cat. My wife got it for me. Yeah, it's a cute shirt. Thank you so much. I really pride myself on my shirt, so that actually really means a lot to me that you would comment on it. We have like a casual Friday thing at work, and I'm always known for wearing cat shirts. You know, I have a brand, let's say. Okay, so that would then give us water. Oh yeah, exactly. Every year for Christmas, my wife likes to give me t-shirts that are things that she knows that I've been loving over the previous year. So I'm always excited of like before Christmas about what new shirts I'm going to get. And this year is no different because I know shirts came in. I know it's not Christmas yet, but I saw shirts come in, and I'm excited. Very excited for new shirts. The only problem is it's not really a good Factorio shirt because she's otherwise. I think she's looked for a few years, like trying to find a good shirt for Factorio, and she's like, doesn't really find one. Yeah, the good news is this is making stuff. Now, steam gets turned back into water eventually. What? 100 steam becomes 99 water. Okay, so that's a 1% loss, which is actually not too bad. Well, a little higher than that. Yeah, it's not my sort of branding, unfortunately, that I would wear. It's see, that's the sort of shirt that would be great, but it's very sort of hey, here's our logo, and it's like that's great. I really wish they had more in the way of just like, you know, fun shirts. Like, you know, I was looking at Outer Wild shirts, and I was just like, yeah, see, this is the sort of thing that Factorio needs to have, but it doesn't. Okay, so we are running severely out of power poles now. Oh, crap. Forgot about the stone. Okay. So stone can go that way. By that way, I mean I'm actually going to point in a direction. Actually, no. Stone, go this way, because then we can do a clever use of this power pole. I mean, I can imagine it. I can imagine spaghetti base on a shirt. Or just like the engineer just eating a plate full of spaghetti being like, tastes inefficient. You know, something like that would be great. Tastes inefficient. You know what? I love it already. Also, the important part is just a regular person who doesn't play Factorio would be like, this shirt makes no sense. Why is he eating spaghetti and just saying it's inefficient? That's funny. See, I like that. Yeah, someone make that a shirt. I'll buy it. Okay, so vulcanite blocks. That's, oh gosh, we are really running out of stuff. Why did I not bring more power poles with me? Well, the good news is we I think we're at the point that we're actually making rocket fuel. We just need to have a fuel refinery, of which we have exactly one left. making those. And then we can have the tech to get off this blimmin' rock. If only we had one more power pole. Let me move that just a tad. Okay, new plan. Put that like that. Yeah, this could have been done better. Okay, now we are making rocket fuel. We can get off this miserable rock one day. But the real miserable rock was inside us the whole time. What do I need to make power poles? I've got the steel, the copper. I think that's all I really need. I just need to get that sorted out. In fact, I can make small iron poles. I would just need to get some iron and copper together, and that can be easily done. Because I saw some copper down there, I saw some iron, and I've got some furnaces, so yeah, that's not a problem. We can do that. We just need to actually do that. Okay, but that is going pretty well. And look, you know what? Celebrate. We'll put the real fast boy in there. I can't. Well, I can't for multiple reasons. One of which is my fault. One of which is I actually can't do it anyway, even if I could. So you can't fire finished goods typically. Just because for those that are asking those sorts of questions, there is only 61 things you can send, and most of them are like, let's have a look at them. It's like coal, concrete, copper, barrels, explosive glass, barrels, some ores. Like, it's all things that you make out of other things. A lot of core fragments. But it's nothing like, you can't send green circuits, red circuits, anything like that. It's all like intermediate goods. But even if I could, I wouldn't be able to rig it now because I don't have any bots on the surface of the planet. That's on me, though. That's my fault for doing that. The important thing is this is getting filled up with fuel, and we should be able to get off this planet. Oh no, that's quite alright. Absolutely, I love the question. Thank you for asking it. Because I've always said, if someone's asking the question, someone else is probably doing the same thing. And water is actually going better than I thought it would. So for now, that's good. What we'll do for the rest of the time while we're on this planet is actually start production of those sorts of things. But for now, cargo rockets are sorted. We brought full stacks of those. We're 100% out of those. So all we need is the fuel and we can leave. It's the last thing we need, and then we are out of here. Thought about that. So I think that's what we're going to be doing next session. But anyway, we are done here for today. So thank you very much for watching. If you are new here and you're not currently following, and you'd like to, please give a follow. I would highly appreciate it. Could use cargo rockets to send stuff. That's actually I could do that. There is plans for that. Good thinking. I could do that. Sorry, I was trying to do my ending there, and I've now just... This is why I suck at ending Factorio session. I couldn't do that because this thing doesn't get space capsules. I messed up. Could have done that if I'd thought about it. Didn't. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. As I said, if you're new here and you're not following, I would highly appreciate you following. If you've enjoyed today, of course, if you've just been here chilling and you're like, I don't really care about that anymore, that's fine too. I understand. I have to hear my own voice as well. If you've enjoyed today so much and you would like to donate, you can subscribe, you can tip, you can use your Amazon Prime if you wish. Of course, if you want to spend on someone else, again, totally understand. I'm just going to be here playing Factorio regardless. You can't stop me. What else? I also have a Discord channel if you'd like to go there. That's where you can find me outside of streaming hours. I stream 3 nights a week, typically Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Today's a Sunday. I don't know what happened. See, clearly I got confused. I didn't. I just had time and I thought I'd stream. What else? You can also find this episode and every other session that I've done of this series on youtube.com/SeiferKatt. That is where I post all of these episodes, and also slowly posting up a series of C Block, which is long since done. The only way to truly stop me is to bury me in cat shirts. I mean, look, what have I got behind me? I've got some shirts I should have folded by now, but I'm really bad at it. I don't even know what shirt this is. No. You know, I'm not seeing any more cat shirts behind me right now. Oh, you know what? I did find another cat shirt behind me. This is one of my favorites too. I very conveniently hide them underneath the table you see behind me. So the other one I've got that I really like, and I'm just going to put this over like this, is this shirt here. It's, if you recognize the character, good points. A pile so big you can't see him while he's standing. So that's a shirt that I absolutely adore. I think what I might do is a points thing, like once a session, like 100 points, like what the shirt Seif, and then I'll talk about the shirt that I'm wearing. So I could do that. That sounds fun. Whether anyone redeems it or not, who cares? It doesn't cost me a cent, and neither does it cost you a cent. Even better reason to do it. We can actually make more Vulcanite, by the way, but we'll sort that out next session. But for now, we are done. Thank you so much for watching. And look, I hope to see you again sometime. Take care, everybody.